Hey YouTube, my name's Leah Lauder and I'm a mega church cult survivor. I'm live right now on Instagram and I'm live on TikTok also. Thank you for the follow, Law. And I expose mega church cults. So today I'm going to be exposing the mega church cults. That's what I do best. But I have come very unprepared because I don't know where anything is and I can't move because of the setup. So I've been talking about characteristics of cults and tactics. I'm just going to give a brief background on my journeys because somebody might be here and not know who the hell I am. I got recruited on the way to, I don't even know where I was going. But anyway, they had a breakfast meeting and they invited me in and they love bombed the hell out of me. And oh, thanks, babe. Thank you. And then they just love bombed me. And then after that, I'm gonna just block you myself, babe. I just had to block someone on TikTok real quick. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, babe, I've got my mods, but like, it's a bit on YouTube. It's a bit like lopsided. I don't know what's going on. All right, no, but let me stay focused. Okay, so I've been exposing the cult tactics and characteristics of a cult, and I want to start off by talking about the things that make you susceptible to join in these church cult spaces and what might make you more vulnerable. Now, I've been talking about survivors. Sorry, guys, on YouTube, my button is just not. One sec, let me just fix it. Oh, welcome on YouTube. Guys, the button's not working on YouTube. Sorry. Sorry, do you know what? I've got a lot of haters and, I've got, I'm not out here like undesirable. So I'm just going to fix my hair. Because it's just not working. It's working for Insta and it's working for TikTok, but it's not working for the wider screen. All right, so I've just got to fix it real quick, and it's so hard because it's on the opposite side. All right, okay, I'm ready. So I want to talk a little bit about the tactics. I want to talk a little bit about so guys, I am so sorry about this. I know this is so bad, but I just don't know. Why does my hair look so lopsided? And it's like, I don't know what's... Only me, only Leah would do this. All right, I'm ready. So it's probably my undiagnosed ADHD chair. But anyway, let's get on to the tactics. So there's a lot of different tactics and things that make you susceptible and vulnerable to joining these church cults. Now, I've been talking a lot about survivors or just people that are at risk that don't really have a family, they don't have a support infrastructure. It makes them really vulnerable and really susceptible to joining these spaces, especially if you've got low self-esteem. Low self-esteem was like at the top when we're looking at, what makes you most susceptible. And I was really shocked. But when you think about it, guys, people who have low self-esteem, they'll be easy to gaslight, easy to love bomb. And these are like the initial tactics that they use when they're trying to recruit you into a church cult space. So it's really, really deep. This is so educative, so you can spot the gaslighting. I came out of a narcissistic relationship. I don't want to go to what's familiar with toxic spaces. Oh, you don't want to go into what's familiar with, wow. And you know what? That's so crazy that you've said that, because we've got survivors of narcissistic abuse and the content resonates so much with them, because at the end of the day, that's just all that it's about. It's just narcissistic abuse in a nutshell. And that's what they're doing. There's a lot of gaslighting, and even like the power and control wheel, which is used for intimate partner abuse, that we can use that alongside the typology of abuse that we've experienced in these settings. And it's absolutely devastating. Do you know what I mean? The long-term outcomes and impacts of these settings is absolutely detrimental. People are losing their minds, and do you know what the biggest I want to say travesty, and is just the most heartbreaking, is when people lose their faith. And I know that, people come out and they deconstruct and deprogram and they find other ways. And that is absolutely beautiful. But, we can't take away from the fact that, people initially come in to, worship God and build a personal relationship with Jesus. And these settings absolutely they cause so much trauma, and then they just lack any type of accountability. They cloak it with offense and hurt, and they just lie. They're just liars, and the truth ain't in them. They just lie so much that they begin to believe in their lies, and then whatever they say goes. So, like, you've just got a whole load of people. It's the blind leading the blind. That's exactly what it is. It's the blind leading the blind. Let me go to Instagram. Dealing with narcissists, especially people and settings, is like dealing with the devil himself. Yeah, it is, and I think because of the level of control, there's so much control, from where you can go to what you can wear to how to act. Even your prayer life is controlled. My cult leader's got a book called Model Marriage, and I don't think they mods, can we just block anyone who shares the live on TikTok, please? Who are my mods on here? Is there anyone that's not a mod that can be a mod on TikTok? Because anyone that shares the live needs to get blocked, because it just distracts me, and then I just completely lose train of what I'm saying. It's sad because it's not faith, it's religion, a construct built by man. Yeah, so many things they do in the church that isn't of God. Yeah, there's a lot of spiritual dark practices, and the thing is, guys, because these church cult spaces have become so dark, what has happened is that people have become desensitized to dark practices and just weird human fecal matter. Do you know what I mean? People have been desensitized, and it's become normalized. And this is something that I wanted to talk about, actually, because being in this church cult space that I was in, it kind of opened me up to like a lot more spiritual dark practices within Pentecostalism, because I would feel like comfortable going into like somewhere that's doing up like really spiritual dark practices. Thanks, Ella. Doing up really spiritual dark practices, because they all do like really similar things, and they all use like the same blueprint to get money. So even at a point, if I thought, oh, okay, something's off, I still would go or step into or explore these spaces because of the practices and because of what I was exposed to in my church cult. So yeah, so Shakira saying like idolizing the pastor, yeah, and dark witchcraft, yeah, they do a lot of dark practices, and just to let you know, like especially with the women, the main type of witchcraft that is like a disease that is just eating the mega church space alive is jealousy. It's jealousy. And there's that scripture that says, jealousy, who can stand her? A lot of people overlook jealousy, but because all they do in these church cult spaces is project, and they're pathological liars, they wouldn't get these deep revelations and truths. And even as I say it, the pastors will probably try and jump on it, because that's all they know how to do is ride D. So they most likely are going to try and address this. But the thing is, because they have all of their beliefs and their ideologies are rooted in rotten, misogynistic and patriarchal propaganda and ideologies, what's going to happen is they're just going to further break down the women, because they don't have, that depth of revelation, because they don't know how to go within, you see. That's why they're the ones that are cursed. That's why they project so much. That's why they see prayer as curses, because they're just going around in this cyclical bubble of ego and hate and pride. And that's why even at this point, when there is a clear, there's like it's like God. There's no other explanation for it. Like loads of people are speaking out. Hey babe, welcome. They still can't take any type of accountability. It's like it's always someone else's fault. So now the church is getting attacked, and now they're getting persecuted. But I do like the spin that these false prophets have put on the times, I must say. I applaud you. Hi, Featherstone, I applaud you. The spin on this paving and opening a way for a revival is absolutely exquisite. I love it. I love it. And then, of course, they're using the same persecution, end times, apocalyptic vibes. You know, you sprinkle that on it, and it's a winning formula. And they'll all be doing it. All right. But I think it's quite funny. I want to see. You know, I'm not claiming to be a prophet. I don't know the future. I would like to see if this is going to pave the way for a revival. Let's see. I'm interested to see. I mean, I don't boast in myself. You know, I don't like to talk too much. Guys, I think the movement and the things that have been happening, I mean, I think it speaks for itself, really. So we shall see. We shall see if this leads to a revival. Someone on TikTok said, yeah, spinning the narrative to get money. Well, do you know what? I concur. That's all it's about. All it's about is money, babe. And that's why when I'm honest and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't like dating broke, all of a sudden I'm a Jezebel and I'm this and I'm that. But at least I'm being honest. Do you know what I mean? Like, at least I'm being real. And any ninja that's involved knows that I don't F with broke. And they're fine with that. Even my mom is deconstructing now. Yeah. Yeah. When the older generation starts to deconstruct, that's when you know, girl. And that's what I was saying earlier, and you weren't even on here. So that's a confirmation. Why can't these prophetesses see that their husband is ungodly? I dream about things, but I'm not a prophet, but things come into fruition. Isn't it funny that the people with the real gifts aren't trying to like claim anything? Or it's really amazing, isn't it? And then all the people who like, they're just false. They're just out here screaming from the mountaintops. It's like a guy who's got money. He doesn't talk about money. He doesn't talk about like having all this money and doing all, do you know what I mean? That's not how they move. That's how you know these pastors are literally begging for bread. Like they know how they make their money, Chair. Because of how they move. I'm telling you. That's why I like Pastor Toby and stuff. I'm not impressed. He's just like them guys in the club, Chair. He ain't no different. Your level of discernment and prophetic oil is much more stronger than the fake prophet. Yeah, I would say our level of discernment and prophetic oil. Yeah, because I think have I interpreted what you said right, Foxy? I don't know if I have, Chair. But it's true, and it's all about going within. It's about discernment, and it's about, I think, do you know what it is, my love? I think the closer you get to God, and I think the more time you spend with God, I think that's why Christ said that, you know, we wouldn't need the prophets and many false prophets would rise up into our name because, you know, like we've got the Holy Spirit inside of us. So, you know, we've all got that prophetic, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's why it says that we'll do greater works because we've got that. That's why I'm talking about like that Christ consciousness, that mindset of Christ. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what makes us like powerful and, you know, like just have that mindset, you know, that frequency of love and forgiveness. They don't have any discernment and lack intimacy with God. Oh yeah, 100. You said that perfectly. Like, to be honest, you know, personal relationship with God is, you know, nobody can tell you how to do that because that's going to look individual for everybody. You know what I mean? But one thing I will tell you is they like to paint this picture of Christ like Christ is this lamb, almost like that's walked all over. Like they teach whatever version of Christ fits into the propaganda and rhetoric of the cult. They teach Christ to be this really soft like lamb. So everybody like takes that on board, like almost like this fake pseudo personality of the Roman God Jesus that they've created so that they can walk all over everyone and ABUSE them. And then the cult leader is just EVIL, just EVIL. And everyone's like little lambs. So remember, they are wolves just in sheep's clothing. So it is like that when you're in there. You feel like a lamb amongst a pack of wolves. It's like survival of the fittest. And I think the reason I lasted so long is because, you know, I was coming from surviving CCE, Chair. So I can survive anywhere because my cult was terrible. I was around a bag of grapists and SAers, boy, and Preds. I'm so glad that I had the experience because the experience, like, I'm not glorifying GMs, I'm not glorifying gangs, I'm not, But if I didn't have that experience with these real gangsters, oh my days, I don't know what would have happened to me in there, child. Woo! So that's why I don't demonize, I'm really proud to come from the hood. The hood helped me survive 18 years in a mega church cult that was full of preds, grapists, essayers, because of that energy that I had, that energy, from being exposed to the streets. Like they were so intimidated. They were so intimidated. And I just want to say shout out, to all the mandem in the struggle, everyone from the hood. We are the most creative people that you could ever imagine. Like I was on TikTok scrolling through the other day, and they were all like, oh yeah, it's hood prom season. And I saw in one of the comments, like, we're so creative in the hood. And it's so true. Like, like we make up our own language, like we got our own like hood talk and slang and the way we say things. And, it's like real recognize real. And, it's a certain language that you speak when you come from a certain struggle. And it's true. And that's why all of these, places like JD and Foot Locker and all that, they all use, like hood culture to sell, the trainers that they make for 20p. Anyway, that's another story for another day, man. Consumerism within the Black community. But you know what I'm trying to say? I just want to say, it's just show some love, to people in the hood and the struggle. I'm so proud, and I feel like, it's given me the resilience to even survive where I am today, and I'm so proud. I'm so proud to be from the end. So anyway, staying within the theme, let's talk about how people from the hood, the ends, the streets, the ghetto, whatever, are more vulnerable to church cults. And do you know what this is directly tied to, guys? It's tied to deprivation. So what you will notice, and this is what I've been noticing in my systematic review, hey AM, is that there is a direct link between these type of church cults that are built in communities that have high levels of deprivation. What do I mean by that? The ghettos. High levels of deprivation is high levels of poverty, but deprivation, exceeds that because you've got, housing inequity, which is the blocks, council housing, social housing that they put us in. And then there's like social class, there's the stigma of being from lower or working class homes. Oh, guys, it's so ghetto of me to drink out of the bottle. They used to say I was like a woman from the village, when I was in my cult. They used to say, Leah, village girl. Do you know what? I did really love those people at a time, I really did love them. Like, you know what I mean? But everything that they said was derogatory in it. Because even like village girl, like, what are you trying to say? But it's the equivalent of the hood in it in Africa. So I suppose I'm a village girl. All right, let me go to Instagram quickly. I feel like they're false prophets because the tithes are nothing but narcissistic supply to them. Someone on Instagram said Pastor Toby is a clown. Allegedly. I've got to say allegedly. Before they get their fake law people to come and give me some. No, stop it, guys. Stop it. Breathe. SPAC is just a laughing stock. Come on, like, I don't know, but guys, you know what? Yeah, and I know I'm going on to loads of different things, guys, because this is just what it's like. But today, when I was watching their live, no, guys, in all seriousness, I actually felt sorry for them, like the young people in there, because I'm just like, raw. If you're in SPAC today after everything that's come out about them, like, whenever you put anything up, like, everyone is like the whole of the United Kingdom and Dublin. Everyone in United Kingdom and their mama is coming on and telling you that your church is a cult and that does your pastor wear designer? Like, it's just the same thing over and over again, but they are still in there riding hard for this culture. So they must be going through a lot of trauma. Ooh, girl, I don't know if I should say your name because I'm on live on you. Someone on Instagram saying it was like doing time in HMP. Oh my God. Do you know what, girl? That really does resonate. And do you know what the most similar thing about it feeling like we're doing time is, like when you come out and everything's changed. Like, because a prison is a self-sealing system, remember? And that's what they put us in, self-sealing systems. We're in self-sealing systems psychologically and then physically, because, the cult requires inordinate amounts of your time. So we are in there for like I was in that church cult, yeah. I would say 5 to 6 times a week. Because remember, I wasn't like an ordinary member. I used to be following like my pastor and the wife around, and guys, sometimes it would be 7 days a week. It just depended. It was dependent on what was going on, what needed to be done. Every week would look different, but I was definitely spending more time in that cult than my work, than my family, studies. Even just thinking about it, it brings back a lot of memories. It's ooh. Woo! Oh my God, can you see how my body's reacting to it? Can you see? Everyone saw that live, right? That is literally like my body's reaction to it, because like the trauma of just thinking about, guys, even like, someone's saying such a waste of your time. Oh, do you know what? Yeah. Do you know, when I look back, the meetings, the meetings for me, like, guys, I think if I just say meetings, if you're a church cult survivor, like, how does that make you feel? Like, just saying meetings. It was meetings upon meetings. I was asking earlier that now the youth groups are gone, do you think the charismatic churches are trying to profit off this? Now that the youth, that's a really good point, Queen. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're saying the youth clubs and stuff getting closed down. Do you know what? If we look at when the cuts to youth services started, yeah, and then the expansion, the growth, the exponential growth. Okay, if we look at when there were cuts to youth services and then the exponential growth of youth church cults, right, there would definitely be a correlation. Do you know what I mean? Because the youth clubs, like all of the support services, are absolutely, do you know what I mean? They've been shut down. Do you get it? So we're at a point where and if you notice, these church cults have metamorphosized into youth clubs. Like, that's why they're going there. Like, they get to see all their friends. Like, girls fancy the guys. They know that. They know this. They know if they get a certain type of guy in there, the girls are going to be following the guy. Like, they know what they're doing. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, SPAC, to me, it's just a bunch of little boys. But I can see how maybe, like, girls that age or whatever, they'd get. Did they still use gas start? Yeah. Don't worry, my young ninja friend will teach me all of the slang. I learned dope today. Stay strong. I know how you feel talking about this. All the anxiety and memories come back. Yeah. But you know me, I've got BPD, or I'm either neurospicy, so I forget what I said like 3 minutes ago. I definitely think I was created for this. Do you know what I mean? I'm just that's why having blonde braids suits me, because I can be such a bimbo at times, like a bit airheady. Did you see the walk they went on? Oh yeah. Oh look, she's put bear laughing emojis. Which one? They did the men's, what was it? The men's wealth tour walk or something. But SPAC, if you see this and you haven't got tour in the next walk you do, please add it. I think it would add that little je ne sais quoi to the walk. Oh my gosh, I don't know why my camera's lopsided, but do you know what? Minakir, because I look better in real life, so that's what it's about, baby. When anyone comes to link me, child, they're not going to be running. That's all you need to know. And they call it serving, working like a DOG. Oh my gosh, yeah. You're so right. Guys, we're literally like they say jump and we're like how high? Like they turn us into actual DOGs because we're not actually using our brain. It's like they let us out for outreach, then we come back and then they like feed us like spiritually. Guys, isn't it so weird the way they go on about this spiritual food all the time? I don't want to trigger anyone because this is why I love to have notes, because when I don't have notes, I just get into stuff and I trigger myself. All the women came out idolizing Pastor Toby and his foolery. That's what someone's saying on Instagram. And that's why I'm saying, babe, like, it's really easy for like people to get the numbers. Do you know what I'm saying, girl? Like, it's got nothing to do with like God or the Holy Spirit. Like, you know, like SPAC are out here like doing the most to get these people to come to these marches, share. They laugh at us when they are in their beds. Oh, I don't get it, babe. You know, I can't protect. What do you mean in their bed? Have I missed it? Is that just me being slow? I just want to let everyone know that I'm getting this nail done today. I got a delivery today and I got so excited with the package that I kind of like bent on my nail like when I saw the delivery man outside. So everyone's been like, Leah, just get a ring. But you know me, I'm like living in the 2000s. No, but I've literally got a ring. I just need to plug it in. So I need to do that. I'm just being so slow. Yeah, it was a complete joke. They even brought a baby out. What with on the march? Walking like one uncle with, oh gosh. All right, I'm just gonna read it out because this is what they're saying on Instagram. Walking like one uncle with Congolese lizard shoes and a walking stick. On the march. They said it was they even brought a baby out. Oh my gosh, what is going on? But do you know what? That's very common for them to bring out babies in the snow, sleet, sunshine. Do you know what I mean? Whatever. Is that who I think it is? Oh, hi. Shout out all the washed up pastors from my ex-call. I hope you're good. You know, you have no more hair. And not in the SEXY, like not in the way, like because y'all dusty. It's not giving rich uncle ball. Do you know what I mean? Like the ones IVF with, yeah. It's giving like you're younger than me. You're in your 30s, yeah. Looking like you're 45, baby. Yeah. But I see you, homie. I see you, bro. Welcome into the space. TikTok, if it gets locked off, yeah, I'm on YouTube, Leah Lauder 77, and I'm on Instagram. All right, guys. I won't be coming back on TikTok if anything happens, guys, because I'm just, you know, I was even gonna just start to wind down. SPAC members are asleep, and I hope, yeah, they wake up because these pastors are Baal worshippers. Ooh, getting scriptural chair. I agree. And do you know what it is, girl? Girl, do you know what you need to understand as well? You see these people that are in there. Some of them, they actually have nothing, like no family, no support infrastructure. Like, and remember I was saying, like, SPAC is extremely dangerous because they will attract, like, you know, creatives, like people who are trying to make it, like, you know, the entertainment industries. Like, creatives can't work like 9 to 5s, and a lot of creatives are neurospicy, so they have like a lot of undiagnosed like ADHD, autism, traits of autism, etc. And that's why they're like so good at their arts, or, you know, geniuses in a certain type of field. So they take those kind of people and they absolutely exploit them. There's a particular young upcoming artist that they've got in there. I think he's a pastor, I forget his name, and absolutely breaks my heart when I see him on there, because I can just imagine that he's got a lot of different needs. And, you know, people who are really vulnerable like that, you know, that's their only hope. Like, they constantly refer to Malika. Who is Malika? Who's Malika? Who refers to Malika? Who's SPAC? I don't know. They've got a very, very strange culture in there, though. It's almost become like closed off. I know they're trying to do services, aren't they? They've been given their location when they pray in tongues. Huh? They say Malika. Oh, gosh, that's weird. Yeah, I'm a creative and neurodivergent, but my eyes were always open to SPAC. Oh, wow. Yeah, and that's the thing, girl. I think that as well, it all depends on the trauma, because a lot of the girls, especially the girls that I'm seeing in there, it's given insecure. It's given insecure and low self-esteem. And remember, insecure and low self-esteem, you know, because I saw them in it. I was in my area, because I was gonna go to like it's the only like Nigerian like spot like restaurant, so you know you're gonna find your girl there, child. So I was going to get some lunch, and anyway, I saw some SPAC members. I'm not gonna get into it, and then but nothing happened. You know what I mean? I just saw CK, and I asked him if he was all right. He said he's fine, and they went on their way. I went on my way, but I did see some of the girls there, and it was just giving insecure and low self-esteem. And I'm older than them, and I look better than them. And they were coming out of a G-Wagon. I looked like I belonged in the G-Wagon, and they were coming out of the G-Wagon, chair. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. I visited SPAC 3 times. You're so correctly a vulnerable young black people from troubled past. Yeah, yeah. That PK thinks he's a god. Oh, definitely. So there's no girls, there's no women in there of any like high value or confident, high self-esteem. There's no one like that. I think any girls that were like that have left. I think the powerhouses, I think the women, the most educated, because I know that they get like different people in there, but I think all of the creme de la creme gal them have definitely left. The ones that, you know, carried some sort of presence when they walked into a room and had, you know, a certain type of professional you know, sort of aura and presence about them. I think they're all gone, and I think that's why they're struggling as well, because you know, leadership is very important in a cult. And I heard my cult leader talking about it today. They actually spend hours upon hours praying for anointing, like to make people laugh, guys. This is how pathetic it is. They're praying for an anointing to make people laugh, to make people listen to them, to make, you know, it's really sad. Like, when you think about it, do you know what I mean? It's so sad. And you see, when these kind of talents and abilities come to people naturally, people get really jealous in these spaces, because the currency is so different in there. Do you know what I mean? It's all about like influence and who can recruit the best, and who can talk the most and get people in, you know, who are good negotiators. Like, how can they use you? How can they profit off, you know, your time, and profit off you, you know, monetarily as well. So you see, like someone like me that can carry myself differently in like different spheres, and then they see me as an Obroni or a Oyimbe, a whitey woman. So as soon as I came in, it was mainly just first and second gen Ghanaians when I came into the cult. So I was literally like, they saw me as a whitey girl, but I hadn't been in these situations before, so I didn't even know that that's how they were seeing me. So they were using me a lot. Do you know what I mean? To do certain things and be like secretary to the pastor, and, you know, like just all of that. It's so sad. It's so sad. But so in order for these church cults to thrive and for them to be successful, they need strong leadership. Because remember, these church cults, and if you are watching and you're my enemy, aren't I absolutely intelligent? Only a knowledge like this could come from God. Oh, God, isn't that narcissistic? Well, I learned from the best. So leadership. What you need to understand is, with these church cults, remember, they're all following a leader. They're like personality cults. So you can frame a lot around like strong leadership if you've got strong leadership. Thanks for the follow, May. They defo need a youth group, and money swindles their heads, but you can't serve two masters. So who is their master, Leah? Because it's not God. Yeah, and do you know what, babe? That's the same rationale that I came to. Exactly as you said it. And then I had to come to, okay, for someone to be doing the things that they're doing and achieving the things that they're doing, there's got to be some sort of force or some sort of principality or some sort of supernatural entity, whatever, that's helping them, because there has to be in it. That's how they teach you in the mega church, like something like supernatural is that little bit more super than the natural. So in the early days when I was coming out, I still had these ideological perceptions. And so part of my I suppose at the time I didn't know I was doing it, but my deconstructing process was, okay, so now I need to think. He's doing all these miracles. He's saying he's doing all of these things, but there's EVIL and there's wickedness here, and I can see that these are not fruits of the spirit. So where is this power coming from? Evening, and where is this power coming from? Like, it's either coming from good or it's coming from bad. And I came to the conclusion that it was coming from the latter. And then I came to that, the mammon thing. You know, you can't serve two masters. Whew, that's deep, Jaya. It's deep. But you know what, guys? This is deep. You know, we've come to a lot of like deep truths and revelations, really, about, you know, religion and these spaces. And, you know, we've done our best, do you get what I'm saying, as a collective to get to this point. And I just want to let people know that, remember, guys, it is just about holding the space for now. Holding the space. Leah, when they start speaking in tongues to a beat, it's not by force. Do you know what? The speaking in tongues thing has become, you know, like just what I did, laughable. I mean, these spaces have become laughable, and it's crazy. Oh, thanks, Ange. It's crazy that even with the exposure and as the time has got, do you know, as the time's going on, I couldn't feel better. I feel great. Like today, I feel amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's today? Sunday, innit? And we've got bank holiday tomorrow. They're going to be out in these church calls and laving it out today, man. And guys, on your lowest, that's why you got to think on Sunday, man. We're all relaxed. If I want to go and get a little Mackie D's ice cream with apple pie, it's still not too late, baby. If my daughter was talking about going on the grass, she wanted to go on the grass. It's still time, it's still bright outside. We can still go on the grass. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've sorted out my clothes, you know, when you sort out your summer bits, and started to, you know, sort out my wardrobe and my home, and the place is feeling fresher and cleansed. And I've listened to beautiful Amapiano all day. I've been speaking to you beautiful people. It's just been wonderful. I've made a lovely roast, you know. It's been so nice. It's been so nice. And I'm just so glad that I'm prioritizing my children, and I get to be a mum, because they I don't know what it is about cults. They don't like you to be a mother. Some Christians think touching grass is demonic. Oh yes, oh God, yes. I know they do. Let's see whose kids end up better, Chair. Do you know what I'm saying? My kid that's going in the grass, or yours that's locked up every minute in the four walls of the church culture. They don't even have their own identity. I feel so sorry for second gen kids, man. My heart goes out to them. I mean, the ones that are still in there. And I want to let you know, you see, like, if you're second gen, or you've come from, like, you know, generations of these like wacky backy church cults, you're like extra special, because it's so much harder, like when you've been indoctrinated from birth and you've got like all these generations, like everyone in your ear is just feeding you this false doctrine. It must be so difficult. That's wonderful. Being a mum is amazing. It is. It's a gift. It's so lovely being a mum. I know it's not for everybody, and I think that's also okay. Because you know what? I respect women. That's why at first, when they were doing that trend, 37 and no kids, 40 and no kids, I got a bit triggered. But then I had to look at, okay, what is this projection about? Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, I love my kids. Nobody is my gift in life, babe. I started projecting like an MFR. So I took it back and I said, all right, what is this about, Leon? And I think it's a bit about, you know, like, obviously having to rebuild my life and start again. And, you know, my kids have a wonderful life, but you know how I am, guys. And I'm 38. I would have liked to have been able to give them a lot more at this stage and do a lot more. And I think it was just a projection, because these women are basically saying that they're living their best life and it without the kids, but obviously it touched a nerve, and I projected in my reaction. But I reflected on it and I let it go. And then afterwards I was like, do you know what? I need to celebrate these women. And I kind of let go of that and worked on it and dealt with that trauma. And I was like, because do you know what? I really respect a woman that, doesn't have children, because she knows that she can't provide, that emotional, whatever it is that they need, supply that emotional whatever for their needs, provide for them financially, whatever. I think it's better to not have the kids. Do you get what I'm saying? But I've got mine. Do you know what I mean? And they're the reason that I live and breathe. So I just think, it's a different path and a different journey for everybody. I'm trying to keep my mind, and my fear is being brainwashed. So I have to recenter myself. Yeah. Oh, hey, Queen. You all right, babe? Ines is on here. Hey, girl. Oh, Foxy said she agrees. Do you know what, babe? Babe, I know, but do you know what? Everybody's different. Not everybody wants to take antidepressants. Yeah, and I know, like, guys, you have seen the change. Like, the antidepressants are helping, or I'm just saying, if people are really struggling, like, and especially if you are getting those ideations, you know what I'm talking about, yeah? If you're thinking certain thoughts and stuff, just go and see the GP, man. Because it gets to a point where you try for so long, and then, do you know what I mean? Like, but the thing is, the reason why I went so long without getting on something was because the last ones, it put me into like a psychotic episode. And then I just became worse off. So I was really afraid. And I was like, we've got to get a diagnosis of some kind, because like, I'm not a guinea pig. Do you know what I mean? You can't just be giving me anything, babe. Like, I need to know. So after like my assessment and my diagnosis and stuff, like this one, I feel like at first it's really horrible, but like now it's like started to agree with my body. I actually need to remember to take it, chair. Them ones. My happy, you know what? Are you having a bubble, mate? This is great. Starting to work now. I'm starting to be a bit more balanced. You know what I'm saying? And just like and I'm starting to like let things go as well. Like, when I'm driving and things like that. So it's really good. But if you're looking at other ways, to keep your mind, I would say like, just keep, grounding yourself, however you do that, using your spiritual practices. I'm an advocate for Holland and Barrett. And the doctor said that I did my research because what I was taking was the same of what they wanted to put me on. So there's definitely more than one way I've been on antis though, and it personally made me feel numb. Oh, is it? Do you know what it is though? It depends what one you take, because I don't really think that serotonin one is good. But do you know what one is good? Venlafaxine, girl. Has anyone tried that one? Because that's what they're doing up for me, chair. That's what they chair. The serotonin, it just doesn't namek it. Do you know what I'm saying? It namek it. But of course, there are other like holistic ways, and I still have to do up my yeah, girl. That's what I'm saying. No, you lot don't understand. I had to really fight for this. I'm not even joking. All right, do you know what? I feel like telling my story. All right, and then I'm gonna do a video tomorrow on YouTube, because now I've kind of spoiled it. Yeah, it's going quite well. So basically, oh guys, it's a bit sensitive for TikTok, but basically there was so much stuff going on with my mental health, yeah. And like I was getting a lot of thoughts of just, yeah, I can't do it anymore. But obviously I wasn't revealing this at the time, because I was just trying to process it but it was happening like too much, and my moods. And then because I was watching, because I psychoanalyze myself and I reflect on the things I say and whatever. Because if I'm looking like an idiot, I'm deleting that live, innit? That's on period point blank. So I was starting to notice, like, my moods, like, it's like, it was just like crying, laughing, sad, angry. It was just like all over the place. And that's entertaining. And I love that side of me. Don't get me wrong. Like it's still here. Like I'm just always going to be this crazy girl. Do you know what I mean? Like that's not going to change. But I think I'm just a little bit more like mellowed out. Like I feel more like cool dude, like that vibe. which I think is cool for me because I kind of like being a bit, like calm and a bit spaced out. So I don't mind it. But I wouldn't say I'm spaced out. I think I'm just calm. But I need that. I need that because I get really angry. So anyway, they tried to diagnose me with CPTSD, which I still do have. But I was thinking it can't just be CPTSD. Nervous system is dysregulated. Yeah. So you can do it through spiritual ways, holistic as well. It's just that I was feeling that was it. And it was happening too often. So that's when I needed intervention because I've got kids, do you know what I mean? And I was just feeling like I need to just get something so I can just function, and I can just, because my kids deserve the best version of their mum. Do you know what I'm saying? And I had tried for a long time and it just wasn't helping. So it got to the point I waited it out for as long as I could. And it got to the point where I felt like I was just sinking. That's when I said, all right, I've got to try something. I've got to, look into the science. You was diagnosed with CPTSD after the narcissistic abuse. Yeah. Oh, I'm so sorry, babe. The breath work helps. Yeah, I do a lot of breathing, chair. I do a lot of breathing, especially through my breakup. I was doing a lot of breath work. And what was I saying? Yeah, so then anyway, I said to them that there's changes, blah blah blah. So then they did a review, and then during the review, I just felt like the doctor was being really rude, really insensitive. I felt like she was being aggressive. Because she was like, oh, if you don't tell me the way that you feel, I can't help you, and this and that. And I'm just like, you're a stranger, babe. Like, I've met you like once before. I'm supposed to be coming in and telling you everything that I'm going through, like mentally wise, and this is the way that you're talking to me, and this is what you're doing up. So anyway, at a point she was being so rude that I just stood up and I said, do you know what? I said I can feel myself losing control right now because I was feeling like I was going to put hands on her chair. I'm not even going to lie. Because I'm desperate. I'm at breaking point. I'm telling you I'm going through a lot. I'm telling you that I can't do this no more. Like this, that, and the third. And you are just in there and being abusive. But I think at that point, she realized something was wrong with me. Because I said that I could feel myself getting aggressive and I was going to do something that I regret to her. So she said, it's okay. Sit down. Take your time. She started treating me like I was crazy then. Because it's like, this is where you've pushed me to now. And then I'm not going to say some of the stuff I spoke about because I'm going to talk about it on the piece that I'm going to do for YouTube because I need to look into getting into this studio next week so I can do it. But anyway, so I told her some of the stuff that I was going through, and then she assessed me and she did some assessments and then diagnosed me with BPD. And obviously that's taken into consideration, like all of the assessment and the other diagnoses over the past years. So she was basically explaining that the CPTSD was not a misdiagnosis, but it can like run alongside other things. Just like I think, BPD can be like misdiagnosed and it can be like ADHD, can't it? And autism. So yeah, that was my little journey, my little mental health journey thus far. And then they've put me on venlafaxine. So if people have had like bad experiences with antidepressants, this one's been a good experience. So I wanted to why has it gone black? I wanted to recommend that one. All right, guys, does anyone have any questions? I think I'm going to start winding down now because it's bank holiday Monday though, so I'll be back on tomorrow. I've got to do something with my kids though, Chair. You know them ones. Can you not hear me is the speaker still on TikTok and Instagram? Oh, thanks, Ines. You're such a queen. YouTube, do you have any questions? Or does anyone have any questions before I go? Oh, you've enjoyed watching the live. Thanks, babe. Guys, you might see me later. I'm not gonna lie. I do need to take these breaks. You might see me later. It all depends. I'm so upset about my nail as well, man. Oh, hi, girl. I don't know if I want to say your name because I don't know if you'll want me to say your name. Choose two objects that are the same shape. Guys, I don't know why TikTok does this. It's like the most annoying thing. Like, all right, I've got a question on YouTube. Can you talk more on NGRM and RPF quickly? Um, yeah, she said not to say the name. What I'm gonna say, girl, is if you are a survivor from either of those church cults, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the question back at you, Chair. Can you tell me more about NGRM and RPF? Right? That would, because I've said this about RPF, yeah. Like, that Pastor Austin is a pred, allegedly, yeah. He's just like that, like that Toby Arayomi guy. He was chatting to his wife from like 14 or 16 allegedly, or whatever it was. Like, they really do love a young, fresh gal. Do you know what I mean? Like, they just abuse their positions of power. It's the same thing, the control, the misogynistic environment, the brainwashing, the indoctrination. I know they're connected to my cult. Remember, I've exposed that already. But with the survivors that have come forward so far, they've given me a bit of information and then step back, and I can't I don't run down the survivors, to get what I'm saying, because it has to be when people are ready. So I have got, accounts and more so of family members, but it's so sensitive and fragile because when people come out, they literally lose their mind. So I need like one person, because what you need to understand is, you see every church cult when they get their like major week of exposure, yeah, I've at least got like one strong person on board that's going through the motions, like they're sending me stuff, like they're talking through the culture with me. Like, I work together with the survivors or the alliance. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I will say that NGRM is very active because I need to get back to some NGRM survivors. So NGRM is just an absolute MESS, girl. That's all I'm gonna say to you. Do you know what I mean? Like, even a random person sent me something of a recording the other day where Cece was telling people to relocate allegedly or something to come and join her church cult. It's just all about coercive control. Yeah, the survivors get afraid to speak out as fear. A lot of them are just trying to like move on with their life, and a lot of them are trying to just like hold on to their sanity. What do you think about the move they made? Oh, remember I said that that's one of the biggest red flags that you can get with a church cult. Hey, Afro Atheist. That's one of the biggest red flags that you can get, because it's showing that something's going on behind the scenes as to why they're moving. Because we know that they're not moving because, their church has grown so much that they need to move up to a bigger building. But what might have happened on this occasion is that they're losing members, so they've got to move to a smaller building. Does anyone know if NGRM's new premises is smaller? Because I know that they have been losing members. But more time, girl, is to do with, it looks bigger, really, because more time it is to do with can you like hear me? More time is to do with, them getting into conflict with landlords. This is what it is usually. Do you know what I mean? Because remember, there's a lot of like, the characteristic is that they'll have conflict with outside anyone that's outside of the culture. There's a lot of isolation, us versus them, and their ideologies and the way that they think, it creates conflict with other people because they don't think like normal people, do they? Their views are really controversial and really discriminative and anti everything that's not about their cult leader. I've realized lots of spiritual abuse goes on in these churches. What can outsiders do to help survivors? That's a good question, babe, because it's just such a phenomenon. When they're in there, they don't even want to, they don't engage with outside people, my love. So, oh, you said to help survivors. Oh, that's different. I would say to I don't know, girl, because even when we come out, we don't trust no one. I would say, you know what, the CIC, the Hold the Hope CIC, as we're gonna, I'm like more towards like the summer, I'm gonna start doing working groups because we don't, because the survivors like, we don't trust people. Do you know what I mean? After everything we've been through, Chair. So we've set up a Hold the Hope CIC that we're hoping to not hoping, we are going to be, delivering support groups and facilitating that as a collective. and just kind of formalizing the stuff that we're doing and looking at how we're going to, you know, carry the movement forward. So that's my answer to you, because I don't know what else to say, Chair. That's why we set it up, because there's nothing out there, you know, them ones. It's giving pyramid scheme, Forex traders the same manipulative model. Yes, I agree. And at the core of it, it's all about money, 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 money. Oh, someone said, I need to not say the names because this is staying on. Someone said, is RPF legit? Yeah, so, oh, they did. Oh, someone saying they did with the landlord. Wait, have you left recently? Woo! Or is that from a previous property, or do you not want me to say? It's getting hot in here, Chair. RPF is a MESS. You see RPF, yeah, I need to do, I'm going to repost the content that I made. All right, message me, man. I love the NGRM survivors. You lot are lit. I love NGRM survivors. Ooh. Babe, it's up to you. But it's not necessarily like there are NGRM survivors that shared stuff with me, and I haven't shared not any of the things that they've given me, because, you know, their faces in it or whatever. But I have those receipts. Do you know what I'm saying? And we go out, and, you know, it's not even about that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, because it's good for me to just know what's going on, Chair. Even if I can't share it, girl. You know them ones. I can speak to you, but if you can also share some experiences as well. All right, then, just quickly. Wait, hold on. Even Elisha from Redeemer, he kept asking for money from his members because he went into debt. Who's Elijah from? Do you mean Redeemed? Oh my God, you lot, man. What's happening, Chair? I thought we were having a chilled Sunday going into Monday, bank holiday. Maybe it's something about the bank holiday. It's in the air. All right, no, that is so good to hear. Oh, wicked. There's a survivor saying that she has experience with facilitation, and if we need support, definitely do. I'll be in contact. Thank you, Ines. Gifting me. Love you. All right, NGRM, I'm going to give a quick synopsis. There is so much. I don't know who Prophet Elisha is. Redeemer Church. Prophet Elisha. Who's that? The one in Peckham. No, I don't know who you're talking about, babe. Because remember, I was in the call. I was totally isolated, my love. I don't know who any of these people are. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know no one, Chair, unless you reveal it to me. You get it? So just quickly with NGRM. NGRM has stolen, like, come in. I'm on YouTube and everything. Do you need the charger? Go on then, sweetie. That one. Go on. Is that? Oh, there you go, darling. Close my door, sweetheart. All right, just quickly, NGRM, they coerced and stole, allegedly, £15,000, £18,000 from members, and they just lied about some oil pyramid scheme thing, yeah. And then when the pandemic came, they were like, "There's nothing they can do about it. The money's gone." Allegedly. They do up a lot of this, like, prophetic utterances, like telling young people that they're going to get married to certain other young people, and then they end up sleeping with each other, and then they start to abuse them, gaslight them, and rebuke them. Is any of this resonating? Is any of this resonating, babe? There was a girl who there was a lot of NGRM survivors that came on to speak their truth when I was doing the week of exposure. One, and I'm only going to say this account because, you know what, girl, I really did struggle with NGRM because the young people are so vulnerable and so young. Oh, Mountain Movers, yeah, we're on your car, and this is the cult leader of NGRM. That Mountain Movers has birthed a lot of rotten seeds, a lot of false prophets, and like, because that Onyeka Obi and Enrique from SPAC and Davina, I think from Caris, and I think Nia Cerise might be associated with that. So there's a lot of he went into debt. All right. I remember I told Cece that I needed support and I had no friends because I was isolated in church. She said, I don't need friends or support in the church. Ooh, that woman is EVIL though, ain't she? I think people, do you know what it is with Cece? I think she's been a BULLY all her life. And I think she's, because she's so SCARY looking, I think that people are usually quite afraid of her. So I think it was a shock to the system and to her life and to the both of them when I came at them so hard, because I know her type. So I knew I had to come in really strong so that she would know what time it is. And also people were absolutely terrified of this woman. And I found it laughable. But let me not laugh though, because when you're in there, like I was afraid of Bishop Richard Ide, you know what I mean? If you see Bishop Richard Ide, it's just, come on guys, when we look back at the people we were afraid of, it's an absolute joke. Yeah. But at the time we were young, DUMB and naive. So, you know, that's just what it is. But anyway, I'm going to get onto the story. There's a trigger warning with this one, guys. He lost members because they all went to SPAC. These men of God are so pathetic. So there was a girl, and she was in an intimate relationship with, you know, like Onyeka's, like, what do they call them? Armor bearer. Anyway, long story short, there was a lot of prophetic, like mystical manipulation, ABUSE, around trying to get like some sort of confession from this girl. And a lot of ABUSE from the pulpit behind the scenes, breaking her down, telling her she wasn't good enough because they didn't want her to get with the guy. So when she became pregnant, it was like, oh, you're trying to trap this guy. You're trying to do, you know what I mean? So it was a lot of breaking down of the woman. And again, very misogynistic. And then we all know that Cece, unfortunately, hasn't been able to bear a child. So there was a lot of projection because she's a lot older and unfortunately hasn't been able to have a child yet. So there was a lot of projection and a lot of WICKEDNEES to the point where she projected so much that this made this young girl spiral into a mental health crisis. And because it's quite sensitive on TikTok, I want to just say that anyway, she had her mental health battles, got sectioned, everything as a result of this. But prior to that, anyway, she wasn't able to have the you know what. And it was really sad because she had to have a you know what for the child. And, you know, Onyeka called her into the office. I think it was like a week later. This is all alleged. Basically saying to her that he knows that she got, you know, just, yeah, that she did it purposefully. Unalived that. So there was just like no empathy, and that wasn't even what happened. It was because there was complications. I can't remember. I think it was what is it? It's ectopic pregnancy, I think, or something like that. It was so sad. Like no one checked on her. That she just got messages to be in the church cult. Then when she came back, Cece was abusing her from the pulpit, allegedly, saying that there's someone in the church that walks around thinking that they're a model, sleeping with the men in the church, this and that. After the woman's just gone through, the girl's gone through all of that. That's one example. Another girl ordered a cab, got into the countryside, tried to unalive herself on the beach because of the abuse. There's other things. NGRM is so heavy. I'll tell you something, yeah, because I'm on TikTok. I can't. When I end TikTok early, I'm going to stay on YouTube a little bit to just tell you exactly what I think about Cece. And I will never forget her as long as I live. And the NGRM survivors will get the justice that they need. But I just need all of you lot to get together, man, so that we can really get the truth out there. I wanted membership. Guys, I'm reading off of YouTube, you know. Oh, I'm so glad I came on YouTube. You lot, I was tired. I'm feeling rough because I broke my nail. This is why I didn't want to come on. And I said, oh, let me put on a bit of lashes and come on. Oh, let me take off my glasses. Because you lot, you know what? YouTube are giving me a lot. So I'll bring my eyes. They used to say to me, Leah, shine your eyes. Shine your eyes. I wanted mentorship from Cece. And she never gave it to me. Even though I wanted help, I wanted to join a department. They said I wasn't good enough. Oh, that's disgusting. They're saying on TikTok, they're saying, be brave, survivors, and speak up. Be brave. Be brave. When they would do their laying on of hands, I would just act and fall down and do crazy-ish. But I never felt the presence of God, and I just wanted them to accept me. I know it was crazy. Another thing I want to say is, Babe, if you message me, the people on here that are NGRM survivors, yeah, I can send you some of the content. But you see, I don't know if you know, but you were probably watching all of the content when I was putting it out. But if you go on my account, my TikTok account, Leah Lauder 727, that is like my NGRM expose page. That's why I stopped posting on there and everything, because I didn't want to lose the content. But what I want to say is, you know, is that survivor still here that was asking me to share more on NGRM? You know, the one who said that they didn't want to, I'm not going to say your name on here. Are you still here, girl? Because what I was going to say is that survivors, oh, you've come on a burner. The survivors come on a burner. No, I like your style, babe, because you just thought in it people can come back. But the messages don't come on after the live. But if people are on right now, they can see you typing. So that was smart. What was I going to say? Another thing that people have been, that they came and reported, catch the tea, catch the tea. They were saying that Cece was laying hands on their stomach, and then afterwards they started getting like, what's them things, like them boils and that on your, you know, like your cysts on your ovaries and stuff like that, y'all. Because you know, when it comes to like touching the women on their stomach or in places that the pastor can't touch, Cece, he'll use her hands to put on people. So that's another thing people reported. Another thing that people have been reporting as well is, yeah, girl. Another thing that people have been reporting as well is spiritual attacks after leaving. But I'll tell you what happened and I'll tell you this. When I was first exposing, someone said witch on there on Insta. People have had mad dreams of them like coming, and spiritual attacks, a lot of illness and sicknesses. But the thing is, even if they were sending things my way, I already live with a chronic illness, so I don't know if it's witchcraft. And do you know what happened this morning, guys? I woke up and I was feeling so rough, and I was like, there was a part of my brain, it was trying to get into my psyche, like maybe some of what they're doing, is it starting to work? And then there was just another voice that came and said, but Leah, you drunk like almost like half a bottle of rosé, and you know I'm not a drinker. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm hungover. So the mega church, don't get me wrong, guys. I mean, it creeps back in, it comes back in ever so. Thank God that my higher self, you know, I've worked so much on getting to know self and loving self that it always, that higher self, that voice inside, it always supersedes the negative. Like that's where I'm getting to at the moment in my life. So I wanted to let you know that I even had an experience where when I was exposing NGRM, I woke up in a pool of sweat. I've never had, but that day I woke up and they pushed me to do a few things that I've never done before. I'm not even gonna lie. And I was fine. I was fine after that. So I just realized that I needed to step up the bar with those two, because they are involved in a lot of dark practices and dark magic. So when I realized what they were trying to do and get in with, I sent something their way that was extremely destructive spiritually, and they haven't tried it since. Extremely detrimental. Because I don't play in the spirit. If you try and come for me, like if I have signs, like when I wake up and I'm out of that dimension of like, you know, like the spirit realm, if I come out of it and there's signs, you know, and I'm in that week of it, but I'm gonna come for you spiritually. Like I'm gonna come with everything I got, chair. And I don't like to have to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Because but when I have to do what I've got to do. So Cece is incredibly dark, and she dabbles in a lot of stuff like altars and stuff and things like that. So I had to up the bar with that one, because it's not how many people they've got or how much they're known, or it's how evil they are. It's how WICKED they are. It's how deep they are in their practice. And that woman don't do nothing. She's not very educated, so I'd imagine that she really is hyper spiritual. Like she will go in her altar and do up whatever she's doing up. Do you know what I mean? Like hyper spiritual and hyper religious. So I had to step up what I was doing up. Why does Cece not like other pretty females around her man? Like her man don't want the females. Yeah, a lot of people have come in and said like there was a girl that was only in there for like, I don't know, I think it was 3 months. But Cece made her feel so uncomfortable that she left. And she said that she thinks like Onyeka's type is like quite shapely women, which it is. Because we're on TikTok, I'm just going to say that Cece's got more of a... I think I'm kind of like more of a pear, because I'm not like a Coca-Cola bottle. I'd say I'm more like peary. I don't know, like more of a square. I'm not gonna repeat what TikTok said, yeah. So You're not the first one, babe. You're one of many that have come forward and said that, you know, she feels uncomfortable. Oh, guys, man. Guys, on TikTok, I'm going to restart the live. I got a feeling I'm going to restart the live. Yeah, I was right. Ooh, the NGRMers don't go nowhere. Yeah, don't go nowhere. Guys, I've got bare related tutorials. I've got to go. What account am I going to go on? Guys, I'm moving over to this account now, okay? So just come on. I got a tutorial and I'm having to do this all live. So we've got to move on to the other account. TikTokers, love you. Guys, this is literally what I have to do. I'm moving over to this account now, okay? So just come on. Oh, look, Ines has come back on. I'm moving on to Leah Lauder 707, girl. I'm doing it now because I got a feeling, because whenever I talk about CC, the live always gets locked off whenever I talk about NGRM. So I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to be a bit more faster than them. I'm so sorry, guys. Let me just put my hashtag in. It's saying no internet connection. Why? Oh my gosh, you lot, this is absolutely nuts. Oh, it's Leah Lauder 727. Leah Lauder 727. I've got too much stuff on here. Sorry, guys. I just need to all right. It's working. All right. Right. Once I post this, then I can go on live on the. Oh my God! Did you say fibrosis? Yeah, it was something. Ooh. All right. No. Let me wait to get back on TikTok because it's not fair because they were all listening. Because you are exposing them. Oh, maybe the NGRM exposure time's coming back. That's why I like to give it a break, you know, so that more survivors can come forward, because I've got so much tea to spill on all of them. But I like to give it a break. No, you are going in. She said ironing board. She said she shaped like an ironing board. Oh my God, did I put my audience controls on? No, let me just... Guys... I was on for 1 second and I got a related tutorial. I just got I'm so sorry, guys. Do you think I should restart the YouTube or what? Wait a minute, guys. I'm going to have to delete and re-edit. I'm going to go on... I'm going to have to go on my Leah Nicole account. I'm gonna have to go on my Leah Nicole. I'm gonna have to go on my Leah Nicole account, chat, because they're trying to get me off. All right, we're on the Leah Nicole account, babe. I don't even know where my other phone is to go live from that one. Let's see. I don't think I've even gone live on this one. Because you know what? Because when I talk about NGRM, it always gets a bit. All right, I'm on a. This account is so. Oh, it said my live visibility. They've given me a restriction on my live visibility. All right, let's just see. You know what, guys? It's just the end part. Let's see. It's giving me a live visibility, but it is what it is. Don't delete the YouTube. All right. So, hey, welcome, my love. I could have gone on another account, but I just don't want to risk it because I'm just coming off and it was a good run. I've been on for a while, over an hour. So basically the survivor from NGRM is saying I had spiritual attacks. Onyeka told me that I was going to fall back into eggshell sin, and I did. And he knew the person who was on an assignment to do it, and they never did anything to support me. So she said henchback shape. Oh my gosh, she said henchback shape, yeah. That's so funny. Yeah, Ina said we was just getting started. What account did you expose NGRM on? Do you know what, babe? I'm gonna come off this account. It's not working. Let me go on a different one. The only thing is, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I need just 2 seconds to think about this because I'm getting confused. I was on Leah Lauder, innit? Have I been on Leah Lauder 7-7 today? All right, do you know what? I'm gonna have to go on. Have I been on the Leah JL account today? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not coming up. That they've done a live visibility, so they've hidden me from the. You have to be following me. So I've got to go. Do you know what? I've just got to be good. All right, it is what it is. Do you know what, babe? I'm not gonna lie to you. I am gonna have to be on my best behavior when I'm talking about NGRM. All right, because we need to keep it completely clean on this one. I'm gonna spend on this one. I'm gonna be on here 20 minutes maximum. I'm not gonna be on this account longer than this, and then I'm gonna stay on then I'm gonna stay on YouTube. All right, guys, it looks like this has turned into an NGRM expose. We've got an NGRM survivor that is exposing them up. I'm just gonna read, but some of the ones I'm not gonna read because I got to keep it clean. So, girl, you see, I'm on TikTok right now on that 77 account. Oh my God, it's a sign. All right, girl, babe, we need to talk. I think that God wants NGRM to be exposed. I don't think. I think this is like a reminder because how is it that I've ended up on the account I was telling you to go on, which is the NGRM account? This is the account I've had to use because I've got tutorials on the other account. Don't you get it? This is a sign. All right, I know who I need to call. I know who I need to call as well. It's because they don't want the truth out, and I really beg you, get the truth out, please. Ooh, are you talking about the person that was unalived? All right, girl. All right. I'll do some calls. Hey, babe. I had to come on this account, child, because they restricted my visibility. Back in 2023, 2024, after they posted the New Year's services. Oh yeah. Because I'm not trying to make it bait, but I've just clocked. All right. After they posted the New Year's services, they got a lot of clout. That's how I found out about the church. And a lot of influencers would go, like a girl called Angeline. See, this is new stuff that you're telling me, babe. So we need to talk. They got a weird vibe and never came. This was after Cece would go on lives telling people they need to head to the church. I'm telling you, didn't expose them enough. You had them shook when you exposed them. Ooh. But you know what? It's people's mental health. Thanks for liking the live. Hey, Jay. All right. Are you prepared to message me after then? All right. Message me now on Instagram quickly because I'm ready to expose NGRM. I'm not even joking. I'm girl, from Thursday, I'm free, bitch. Do you know what I mean? Like we can meet up and we can get it cracking in real life. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we could go out for a drink. Like I need to be outside. Like I don't mind going out for a little drink and discussing it over a cheeky wine and some starters. You all right, my love? Like we can really have a chat or we can talk on the phone. You were running mind games with them. It's serious. Yes, love. I'll message you. Ooh, no, this survivor's we're gonna meet up. Do you know what as well? Yeah. But anyway, I don't want to say too much. Let's not give too much away. All right. But do you know what, babe? I'll tell you what it was. For that season, it was meant to be that way. Do you get what I'm saying? For that, because there was other things that was coming in, but I was just getting too overwhelmed. Because that Josiah's connected to them as well. Is that the girl you're talking about? The girl that they forced him to marry that liked him. Is that who you're talking about? Because there's a lot more things that I'm aware of that I know about, but it was just, girl, I was gonna get kicked off the net. You know, sometimes I need to take little breaks, man, because I do get invested. But oh my gosh, this is so interesting to hear. All right, so just to update everybody, and I'm just gonna be on here for 10 more minutes, guys, because I have been on a lot longer. But I just had a feeling to get off the last live, and my hunch was absolutely right. I got a related tutorial. If you're on here, can you like up the live, please? But do you know what? Oh, Ines, do you think we should just stay on YouTube? Because I can't afford for anything to happen to this live, and I don't think enough people are on here. The whole church was running helter skelter. Oh my gosh, are you joking? Oh yeah, because you're giving me all the tea. Did she mention my name in any meetings behind the scenes? Oh, Ines is a mod on here already. This is crazy. But one thing I will say about NGRM is that they are just absolutely like thieves. They're thieves. Like the worst, like all that I've heard time and time again is just the financial abuse. But there's a lot in there, man. There's a lot because she's a narcissist and so is he. And they're both into dark practices, man. They're into a lot of dark practice. I remember when she was going on about the altar. Do you know what I'm saying? She just kept going on about this altar chair. She was doing too much then. She was, because you see when she was coming at me and she was talking all about these altars and everything like that, she was reversing it on herself. Thanks, Ines. She was reversing it on herself because she didn't even know what she was talking about or doing. Because you got to remember, a lot of these people, they think they're something that they're not. They got grandiose ideologies of themselves. They think they've got all this power spiritually, but they don't. And I'm not claiming to. Do you know what I mean? I'm just claiming to be a child of God. Like, I know when I call on my daddy, like, I haven't had my daddy. And you know what? My Father in heaven, really prove it to these false prophets. Because you know what I found? And I'm coming for that Jeremiah Babatunde. He thinks I've forgotten about him. I ain't forgotten about him. That one message I heard, how he was breaking down women with father wounds and daddy issues and saying how, oh, that's why we're independent and we can't receive the love of God and this. What the hell do you know? Have you been in a female body before? To know what it's like to not have your dad around, and then you're talking on our behalf and you don't even know what you're talking about. Loving the content, hon. Please keep it coming. Oh, thanks, babe. I will. I tried to put out a bit of content because I was overwhelmed after Rebecca Mackenzie's account of her getting essayed by was it Tommy Ariomi allegedly, and Toby, trying to pay off the woman he was, eggshally abusing in his church cult and try and put her on the payroll. And then she didn't sign her NDA, so just discarded the woman. So it's absolutely ridiculous what goes on. They never allowed me to get close. After I had a meeting with Onyeka first time, I think Cece told him to divert me to her. Oh my God. Oh, I'm so sorry, babe. They're like, when there's two of them and they're so EVIL, it's really, really hard because I know that people have said, well, everyone's saying that Cece's worse than Onyeka. That's what word on the street is. So, boy. Do you know what, TikTok? I'm getting a feeling to come off and I've got to go with my gut. I might be back on later and that's why I want to go. So I've got one account left. I just wanted to come back on to tell you, if you do want to continue watching the live, I'm on YouTube, Leah Lauder 777, and I'm on Instagram 777. I've got a feeling to come off and I've got to go with my gut because I'm not feeling peace. So if you want to come on, I'm on YouTube and Insta. Love y'all. Related tutorials. I'm getting good at this. I'm got my intuition at the moment is spot on. I'm like my antennas are up, man. That's why I'm loving it. I'm loving it because I'm getting to feel, like no Leah more. And I think this medication's really helping. It's really helping me to be grounded and, to be able to be aware of what's around. So that's great. I noticed first time you've come into the church and you aren't their ideal member, dripped out in designer, have money and being naive, learning difficulties, etc. Oh, so they treat people differently, like if they think that you've come in and you've got money or you look good, then they'll treat you differently and act different. That's so bad, man. How terrible is that? That's absolutely disgusting. I think it's terrible how they have these like hierarchies. Do you know what I mean? And they have like all of these positions and rankings and they judge everybody like externally how they look. But that's what they do. Because look, think about it. Yeah, they're trying to measure like spiritual things, invisible things that we can't see. They're trying to measure that with, like physical measurements, like a yardstick, like things that we can feel, touch, see. And that's where the contradictions come into play. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's where we get the ABUSE. That's where we get, the manipulation. That's where we get the gaslighting. That's where we get all of these tactics that they're using, that they're doing up to keep us trapped in the self-sealing system. And it's absolutely heartbreaking to see, to be honest, because the more that they do that, the more that they're just stripping us away from self, and we're becoming less like self, and we're just losing our identity completely. And that's what I think makes us go, off when we come out. They won't accept you if you aren't like that. Ooh, but Onyeka don't have nothing though. So why would he accept? What does Onyeka have? And Cece looks a mess. Cece looks a bloody mess, doesn't she? What the hell has Cece got? Cece wears freaking Moncler tracksuit bottoms with open toe kitten heel shoes. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Oh, look, she said, absolutely agree. Like, they ain't got nothing, man. Onyeka's, listen, just because listen, I'm not an idiot. If someone gives me £1,000, I'm not going and buying Fendi and and whatever, bitch. I've got a home. Do you know what I mean? I've got a home with a garden. I have children. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Like, bitch, I have things to do, like clean my front yard. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to do fencing at the front of my country home. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I need to do my patio and my decking in the back. I need to lay astroturf in my garden. So I'm not like, I'm more like I invest in my property and my home chair. Onyeka got that one little skates, the Elfie skates. Cece looks like a washed up bushwoman auntie. Oh! In a sense, stay on YouTube. Yeah, I was gonna come off Insta. I'm gonna go on YouTube, guys. I'm Leah Law the 77. Love you, Insta. Because it might not share the recording as well. And we've got quite a few people on YouTube, and I'm feeling the vibe. You NGRMers, you've made the live what it is today. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've made it really lit. You've kind of awakened. And do you know what, guys? I'm not gonna lie. Like NGRM survivors, come on, let's meet up, because I don't have a man. And I'm getting a little bit lonely this week. I can't lie. And I really just want to be on my best behavior. So if we could have a little, like a little catch up, come on, we'll help each other. All right. So hit me up, man, because that would be nice. I'll have something to look forward to. I hope this isn't triggering. I hope it's not giving recruitment, because I'm not trying to recruit you, bitch. Like, I'm just trying to fill my schedule. I've always wanted to speak about it, but I was kind of scared because everyone demonized you, not gonna lie. Girl, I'm not a demon. I'm fabulous. But that's what I'm saying. I like to meet people in person as well. And when I come off this live, I have to ring that person. I can't even make it bait who it is on live, but I have to ring her, because I think she's been trying to get me to do some content around NGRM. But do you know what? This is how it was meant to be, I think. And there are lovely NGRM survivors. We have a lovely alliance. And so it's just a thing where if you want to bring it back up, I've got the alliance ready and waiting, chair. And the thing is, and with all the survivors, I build, really good relationships with. But as I said to you, it's become like a family, this collective. And I'm not going to say stuff because, it's people's personal experiences and business. But I think it's just really nice, like what we've built. It's just not always about the cult. Girl, let's do dinner and drinks. Yay! Because I want to get dressed up. I've got people to make jealous, but I'm not in an emotional, like when you want to make someone a bit gel and you want to go out and get dressed up and stuff. But I don't have the emotional capacity to be out like with men and dating and stuff. So girls, and I don't have friends, guys, because I was in there for 18 years. And I need a night out. I need a night out. But there was one usher that stopped working for them. I don't know why. Ooh, is it? But that's what I'm saying, babe. This is why we need to meet up. Because everyone's paro when they first come out as well. So that's why I like to meet survivors when they come out after. Because then you're not feeling like, oh, paro, like, oh, she recording, is this happening? Do you know what I'm saying? Because there's some stuff I need to tell you lot as well. Because some people have come out and said to me, Leah, A, B, C, and D, but that's all I can give you. That's it. Or they've told me stuff and I can't even disclose to you because then they've retracted on it and it's so bad. Like, and these survivors have receipts, and they've sent me the receipts. So it just takes a few more people coming forward, because we've got a lot. I've got a strong NGRM alliance. I'm not gonna lie. And every time I bring Anya Corrupt, but it has to be done in waves, because it's a bit like, like SPAC, like because they're on TikTok so much, and that connection to them, it makes it like high profile because they're a joke. Do you know what I mean? It is a joke. Come on, guys, let's not go. And people like the entertainment and to laugh, but that's why I like to get the balance, because this is not entertainment. This is our life. Like, this is the stuff that was happening to us. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very real. But I feel like it's something to do with treating them wrong. Yeah, of course it is. Oh, hi, Tenny. Oh, thanks, babe. If I said that you're beautiful, I'd be lying, because I can't see you, but I get that there's a beautiful spirit and a beautiful energy coming from you that I can be honest about. And, anyone that comes forward to speak their truth, I always respect it and rate it. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm not going to lie, these people are very scary. Oh, I can take this off now. These people are very scary, and I'm not going to lie to you. Like, see? Because my pastor's wife, sorry guys, I was trying to see if I could fit the mic in there to see if the mic would work, if it's got a little bit for it. Ooh, let's see, y'all.